All right, what up, swooshers? It's your girl Esther L signing into Swoosh TV live on IG. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we did run in a little late because we're having a little technical difficulties, but God is good because we got it together and you see we're here. So we're just gonna keep it pushing. Y'all, it's been such a phenomenal month. It's still, oh yeah, and today is what, St. Patrick's Day? I just realized that. So I'm not even wearing my green or nothing, like, just kind of forgot about that, but it's still swooshing, you know, it's still some type of way. Anyway, it is Women's History Month, y'all, so we've been repping it. We've been just honoring all the ladies this month. Hopefully you guys been staying tuned and even if it's not on this page, we do have our Just Swoosh page where we try to still do just highlights of other events that goes on in the community. Shout out to the 47 spot. We had a phenomenal turnout for the ladies' night, and that was, if you guys don't know, I'm letting you guys know, every first Friday of the month is the 47 spot in Atlanta. And if you missed that one, I'm not sure they're gonna be doing ladies' night in the other location. The other location is the Columbus location. Shout out to Adam and Belinda, the founders of 47 Spot. They are at the Columbus location, and their 47 Spot night is every third Friday of the month. So if you didn't catch it last time, maybe you'll catch it this time. Okay? And I believe, is it going into the third Friday? Yeah, that's, we'll see. I don't want to say anything without, like, confirming anything, but that should be coming up. But, you guys stay tuned for that, y'all. Once again, happy Women's Month. Thank you guys for, everyone just joining in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hi, I see y'all. Hello. Super excited, like I said, for this month because we've been trying to get the ladies on the show, trying to just recognize just such powerful and just beautiful, talented women. I've been so inspired all this month, and as I was saying before, especially from the ladies' night, the 47 spot, OMG, y'all. Like, I just literally, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not trying to, like, just be extra about it, but literally every single artist was just, it just blew our minds. We were just like, and it's like everyone had their own style, their own, like, flair, and, like, they came hard, y'all. Literally, they came hard. Honestly, I was just like, I gotta get y'all. I'm getting y'all on the show immediately this month before the month ends, even though it may not be everyone. But luckily, I was able to get a few, and I'm super excited. And speaking of which, that's why I'm super excited for today's show, because I have one of the guests from, one of the performers from the 47 spot, and this is how I met her, was from that night, y'all. She is a strong woman of God. I don't want to say too much because I want her to do her own intro, but I mean, it was just a very memorable moment, and I was just literally inspired by that night, just by everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop running my swoosh mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss SoQi Music. Ooh, hi SoQi. I think she's trying to come in. Let's see if she's coming in. Hello, SoQi.
Hey, what's
Hey, I love
happening?
it. Yes, ma'am.
How are
How are
you?
you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
Good, good. Someone said SoQi. Hey, I just seen that.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
I'm
y'all.
so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so
Thank,
much for being able to do this.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. So
I'm
thank
super
you.
excited too. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm enjoying this weather out here. I've been waiting on
Right,
this bright sunshine so that it can
right,
give
right, right.
my skin do some things for my skin.
Exactly. That melanin, get that sun on that
Yes.
melanin. Yes.
That's right.
Love it, love it. So first, well, once again, let me tell everyone, thank you for joining.
Definitely.
We
Thank you
see you
guys so
guys.
much. Thank you.
Um,
Really appreciate
Also
it.
too, while you guys are watching, if you guys have any questions for Miss SoQi too, please let us know. You know, of course, keep it appropriate, of
Yes,
course,
please.
but
Wait.
like, but you know, we'll try to get you guys questions, and she'll try to answer as much as she can. Share your comments, um, you know, shout outs, whatever it is, and we'll try to get you guys. All right, all right. All right, let's start this. Miss SoQi, tell us, who is SoQi? And that's an interesting name. So I just wanna, let's just get straight
Yeah.
into it.
Let me see if I can give you the short version. Um,
Right.
so a lot of my family members, close friends, or whatever know me as Kiki. And I said,
Okay.
when I got started in the industry, I said, there's a lot of Kikis. You got Kiki Sheard, you got Kiki Palmer, you got Kiki.
True.
Do you love me? And I said, you know what? I started kind of doing some research, and believe it or not, it was a gift given to me by God to call myself SoQi, because SoQi means healing energy. It means healing
Mm.
energy. And so that's how I looked at my work.
Wow.
When I was writing my music, I said, I expect my music to heal someone. It
Wow.
doesn't have to be a sad song that heals somebody.
Yeah.
The inspiration, the war cries, one of my titles is Free to Be Me. So
Yes.
that should heal somebody, because I know
Yeah.
it's doing it for me. you
Yeah.
know. And so that's pretty much to answer that question. So key came from the name of me being so key, being me,
You.
and so key actually having the meaning of healing energy. So
Wow. That is so awesome. And yeah, the way, the spelling of it, uh it's not, when I first heard it, I thought like it was spelled SOKEY, like the key itself.
right. Yeah,
uh
but so key, that's actually Japanese. That's why it means in Japanese
oh,
healing energy. My name is actually a Japanese name, Kiana, because of course in the English language everybody expects it
right.
to be QU.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
Japanese, they don't use you. So it's a Japanese spelling.
Nice, I love that. That's so
Thank
unique.
you.
I
That's
love that. So key, so unique. Okay, anyway,
right. That's right. I'll go with that.
you are though, you are though.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm feeling the swag too. I look at that. I see your chains. I see them,
Let's go.
sis. Coming with the gold, just gleaming. I love it. Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Um,
Look, you're making my head
okay.
grow. Wait a minute. Let me pack
No,
it back
but you
in.
need it. You need it though. We got to do that for each other. You feel me? Like it's
Thank you.
it's all good. How did you get into music though? How did you? Because I read about your bio, and you seem like you started at a really young age. But
I
how did
did.
you know? Like even then?
Wow. Even then, sometimes that's how you know it's a God-given gift, because it's something you
Right.
pick up, you start to do, and it just comes naturally. And I was 9 years old when
Okay.
I first touched any equipment or did anything concerning music. My father used to have his own studio in our apartment back then. We had an apartment, two-bedroom apartment, and one of the sunroom he would use as his studio. So he had all of his equipment, drum machine, keyboard, everything he needed, amplifiers. And so I would just watch him all the time. He would never let me touch it, because I guess at my age, he was afraid, hey, you may break it.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
so I would wait till he went to work, and I would look at the keyboard, turn it on, turn all of the equipment on, and I created my very first song at 9 years old. And
Wow.
so back then I actually tried to start a girl group. My father was managing us, and it was another guy. We made it to Jack the Rapper. We did all types of things. We were trying to be the
Right.
TLC before the TLC. And
Hey.
and some things happened to where we all had to split apart. One of the moms was a little concerned about education. She's like, hey, education comes first, which I agree with. But at that point I stopped doing music. We slowed down doing music because I was the rapper of the group back then. I had a
Mm,
friend that played the keyboard. She played for a church. She played almost like a professional, and then the other girl sang. So when we had to separate, we all just kind of felt like we lost a piece of each other.
mm,
And I just continued through life as usual. Got to a certain point where later on in life, God came back to me and was like, hey, are you doing what I asked you to do? Stop taking
mm,
your tricks, building other people's dreams. I need you to do what I had given to you. And music was one of the ones that God told me, hey, this is what I need you to do. And I'm like, you sure, God? I'm like, wait a minute, I got kids, I got a husband, I got, and it's like all the excuses had to be pushed to the side. And I'm seeing, it's developing into understanding why God had me to do so. Because sometimes we don't know who's out there waiting to hear
mm.
something. The people waiting don't even know that they're waiting. But once they
Wow.
hear that type of music, it
Right.
encourages them to either do what they were called to do, or
Right.
sometimes it brings about a change in their life to say, hey, you know what? I'm encouraged. Now I can do
Right.
this. I'm encouraged. Now I
Right.
can, so it kind of expands the visions all across the board.
Wow. Right. Right. Yeah, it's true. Just from your performance that night, at the 47 spot, your single, one of your singles, "Free to Be Me," that
Yeah.
one, literally, I feel like that should be like a women's like anthem,
Like an anthem, right?
national, like a national, not even at national, like just international
Wow.
women's anthem. I'm sorry, someone said think that answered my question. Oh, I answered their question.
Oh, really?
I just
Well,
I answered
cool.
their question. Right. But yeah, like that, I don't want to get too much into that too because I want you to explain that song.
Okay.
Um, but yes, like it is true. Your gifts, what is it that they say like in the Bible?
Shall make
Your
room
gifts make room for you.
and bring you before great men.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yes. But let me just pull back a little bit so you can
Okay.
explain more. Because roll it back, right?
Bring it on back.
Bring it back. um, you do have your new single,
Hmm.
I'm Here.
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
us about that. Congratulations on that too.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm here. That one's more like a war anthem. That one I
yeah,
would say
yeah.
is more like, specifics would be for someone who's ever been rejected, whether it's been from
Mm,
school, work, church,
wow.
whatever. If you've been rejected, or if you've been in a place where people told you, you don't, they don't belong here. They don't fit. They're not this, they're not that. That's an anthem to say, regardless of what you say, I'm here.
I'm
You know,
here.
COVID-19 came and it's like, you know, but I'm here.
Right,
Sickness tries to take people, all types of things will occur to try to make you feel like I can't do this anymore, or I can't, it's always the negative that's trying to come in and overtake the positive. So that song just basically is saying, regardless of what has tried to take me out, regardless of who didn't like what I said or who didn't like this or what didn't go well, I'm here.
right,
So that's
right,
basically where that song came from. It's just kind of like a just an announcement. It's
right.
an announcement. I feel like that
Good.
is the anthem. I feel like I think people listening to that over and over again would just give you this
Right,
drive to just get up.
right. Yeah,
Even if you're struggling going to the gym, you just might hear that
right.
song like, I'm going now.
Here. I'm here. Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. So, and speaking of that song, I know you had said, well, no, actually from your bio, I noticed the Free to Be Me song that
Hmm.
became a number one hit, like on the digital radio. So congratulations,
Thank you.
definitely on that.
Thank you. Thank you. And
How do
shout
you
out
feel?
to we are KG Radio, Kingdom Grind Radio. Shout out to them.
Right.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
it became number one with them. And so I feel great. Like I feel fantastic, because
I can
sometimes,
imagine.
and I always say this not to be religified and religious. However,
Right,
I
right.
still know where my
Yeah.
help comes from. And so I know that by God telling me, do your music, sometimes when God tells you to do something, it comes at a time where you don't feel like you're equipped, or it comes at a
Mm,
time where you don't feel like you're literally ready for it. But of course, God's ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So God sees further than what I can see. And by God telling me do the music, I'm seeing that it wasn't an error. God doesn't make mistakes.
mm-hmm.
So by me hearing that, God has confirmed to me over and over again, yes, I told you to do this. Yes, I told you to do that. So it's like by me getting on the charts like I have been and getting the responses that I've been getting, it's like I give all glory and honor to God, because I know it didn't have anything to do with me per se. It had to do with me because I had to put it out. However, but the suggestion and the idea of me literally going out and choosing music as a career for now, I know it was God's doing, because had it been up to me, I would have just been doing what I was doing behind the scenes, doing a little live band here and there, a little karaoke here and there. I would have been stuck
Not
there.
taking it like seriously. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Mm, mm.
at this point, just by how things are going, I understand that it's him.
Saw him.
It's
Right.
all him. Yeah.
What inspired you to make that song though? That Free to Be Me, because that's a powerful message. Like
Ooh,
just
that
that.
song, you know, if you think about it, sometimes people's number one hits come from pain. And that when I wrote that, I was really in a place where I did not feel free. I had to
Mm,
constantly be reminded in that area too. I just kept feeling free that I couldn't do what it is that I was born to do. I kept feeling like, I'm only able to do this. I'm only able to do that, because sometimes after having a family, and sometimes after marriage, sometimes after, just doing a lot of other things that are natural, having families, sometimes you feel like, okay, that has to be my only focus. Your
mm-hmm,
family is your number one priority.
mm-hmm.
However, it doesn't mean that has to be your only focus.
Right. Right.
And so when I wrote the song, sometimes we just go through experiences of learning how not to focus on the hurt, learning how not to focus on, certain things that aren't meant to be in your life, certain people that aren't meant to be in your life. Sometimes it comes through a type of pain because you're learning, and I feel like that's
Right.
why they call it growing pains, because you're growing
Mm,
naturally,
there
you're
you go.
growing spiritually, and sometimes you have to learn certain things have to be severed, and you just go through that hurting process or that hurting period that makes you feel like you're entangled and wrapped up in this hurt that you can't be free from. So it came to a
Right.
point where God had to show me you free. Like the stuff that you carrying, that's false. That ain't real. The
Right.
burdens,
Yeah.
the chains you carrying, is not even yours.
Right.
Let it go, lay it at my feet. You straight. That's how I talk to God. God, I'm straight. I'm straight. Okay, we straight.
Right.
We good.
Right.
All right.
We could. Hey.
Exactly.
Right. Wow. And I mean, yeah, like I said, just that song by itself, like it just the title alone, like it says so much within itself.
Yeah.
So
And I know I'm not the only person that experiences it. And I just feel like by that song having been recorded, each time it's played in the atmosphere. And so I
mm-hmm,
don't have to
mm-hmm,
necessarily go around to people in their face and say, hey, you're free. Hey,
right.
you're free. It's like it's a constant reminder in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Be me. Every time it's played, every time I sing it, it's going into the atmosphere. So that I'm not the only one being freed. Others who hear it, they're being free as well.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
Right. Right. And even though we say like for our audience, even though like we say like, oh yeah, we're recognizing Women's Month, like yes, we are, but it's we're talking to the public in general, male, female, everyone, because
right.
everyone has to get empowered in some type of way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everyone needs some type of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going through some type of growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes, like, yeah, you may have to look to or another, or, male have to look to a female, or female have to look to male. Like, isn't that how, like, how marriage works too? Um,
Absolutely.
Relationships, like,
Hmm.
just different areas in your life. Like, we all have to lean on each other
Right.
in some type
Absolutely.
of way. But we still repping the women this month. Like, we're still like,
That's right. It's okay for us to be honored at some point. It
right.
is
It's okay.
okay.
We gotta get some time to shine. You feel
That's
me?
exactly.
Like,
I've contributed to
we
what do they
just
call it, the procreation.
right, right.
I've
So,
contributed to reproduction and everything on this earth.
woo,
So
speaking
yes,
of which,
hey, honor the women. Where's my
speaking
crown?
of
Give me my crown.
which, y'all, can I tell them you're a
Yeah.
mother?
Hey.
Y'all looking at a mother of 8. She's 8 children. Y'all, like,
I'm just
if you don't get a crown for that, like,
I'm selling. What my crown? Get my crown. Bring my crown.
please,
I'm just kidding. I'm
whoever
joking.
that is in the background, like, give it to her. Like,
Yes. That's
no,
it.
honestly, because I mean, and it's not even just about like you just having 8 kids, because it's like anyone can be a mom or anyone can be a dad. But I'm saying, I know you just being strong enough to even do that and be just be in the present, like be like
Mhm.
being
And still get my
available,
right mind. Yeah.
right? Just
Yeah.
being there for them, because just from a little bit from when I was talking to you, like, I can tell, like, you are just, you go above and beyond. And not that you were like, in a humbling way.
Hmm.
It was just, I just couldn't believe, just from the performance. I was like, she's a
Oh
mother
my.
of what? And then you run the ministry, and then and you guys, let's talk about that. You're into acting and directing.
Yep.
Tell us about your playwrights, because
Yeah.
you do that too. So tell us about that. And someone just asked. I'm sorry, you guys. I just seen the question. Are you going to do more plays as well? So I see y'all. We got okay.
I gotta catch up. I didn't see any questions, but
I
yeah.
know.
Um, yeah.
Oh,
As far as my plays and my productions, I think it needs to be understood that when you have many gifts, it's like naturally I want to operate in every last one of them at one time. However, I know that they're not going anywhere. You know,
mm-hmm.
gifts are without repentance. So those gifts ain't going nowhere. So
Right,
because I'm doing
right,
music now doesn't mean that I won't touch on that.
right.
I'm just doing and being obedient to what God has me doing at the current moment, which is music. But my other um, gifts and talents, I do work on behind the scenes as well. And
Mm-hmm.
all I'm doing is creating a foundation for what
Mm-hmm.
needs to, you know, for what else is going to skyrocket for me, and that's not being arrogant. That's just being, confident
Right,
and
right,
knowing
right,
that
right.
God had given me these gifts, not for them to be buried, but for them to be utilized so that someone else will have an opportunity. But yeah, as far as my stage play, I've had a chance to do that twice. That was right prior to the pandemic, right before the pandemic happened.
Wow.
I was trying to do my third production, but
Ooh.
obviously God had other plans. And at the time, I'm like, okay, what do I need to do now? The pandemic has happened. What do we do? But that's when I had the ability to be still, be quiet, and hear what God wanted me to do at that current moment. And so with my production, it's titled Deliver Our Mail. And I do have the stage play
Mm-hmm.
that I've written and produced. But I'm also behind the scenes working on the screenplay for it so that I can do the movie version of it. And then I'm also working on, I have other productions that I have behind the scenes as well. I don't put that out right now just as much because that's not my complete focus. I
Right,
touch on
right.
it, but it's not my complete focus at this current given moment. But I am still doing a lot of behind the scenes, like background acting work, because that's my way of kind of getting familiar with the industry on the film side of things. So I've been in several, and had a chance, like they say, your gift to bring you before great men. I've met a lot
Mm-hmm.
of great people along the way,
Mm-hmm.
like great people to where I literally have phone numbers of people I can call or emails and things like that. But I know everything happens in his timing.
Time. Yeah.
You know, and so I've met a lot of great people. I've had a chance to do a lot of you know, feature films, um, some independent films, you know, just all types of stuff to get my feet wet on that side. So
Right.
I enjoy it. The bottom line is I'm a writer. And so writers will have their hands in several things, you know,
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
I've written a journal that I've published.
Yeah.
And it's online on
On
Amazon.
Amazon. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
And
seen
I'm
that. Yes.
working on the book for that as well. You know, so I said there's a lot of things going on, and it may appear sometimes like, oh, you're all over the place. But it's like they're all in time will be
Sure.
watered the right way. So God is just giving me that opportunity to have at least one sprout up, and
Right.
then I'll be able to water all the rest, you know, in its due time.
Right.
So yeah, so hopefully that answered your question.
Right. You did part of it. Part of
You said part of
it.
it. Okay, come
um
on with the next one.
tell-
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, the play. Tell us about the play. Deliver us
Deliver
from
our mail.
Deliver Our Milk. Tell us about that. Well, first off, how did you get like? Because I know you said like, you know, you're a writer.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's you just naturally. But what made you just all of a sudden just wanted to start writing plays? And then tell us about that specific play.
Well, a lot of the things that I'm touching on now, I literally have had an opportunity to do along the way. I did my first stage play in high school, and I didn't even know I loved plays back then. I really didn't know
Okay.
that. I enjoyed it very, very much, but it was because I needed a grade, you know.
Right.
So I took drama at school. And so after that, I kind of left it alone. But then when I got into ministry, because I got saved when I was 21 years old, and I tried to figure out some ministries I can be involved in to keep myself busy. Because at 21, you know, I wasn't your average, like sit down and just keep your hands crossed and, you know,
Same.
innocent, you know. So I
Right.
wanted to keep myself busy. I'm just being honest,
Doing
keeping
whatever.
it 100.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know, in church I wanted to stay involved because I said the more I'm involved, the more I keep myself busy. Then I won't, you know, hang out with the friends that I'm trying to pull away
Sure.
from. I know I'll you know, stay in trouble with. And so when I got into the drama ministry, I noticed that it started coming a little bit more natural. And even the drama ministry leader, she said, "You're a natural." She's like, "This is what you should be doing." And I'm like, "Really?" You know, so after that, I went outside of the church and I started auditioning. And I was in quite a few productions. And when I got the idea of how it works, then all of a sudden it came to me to write my own.
Mm.
And when I started writing that, it was during a time where, you know, there was some transitions going on in my life. And I didn't get a chance to do the production right then. I didn't get a chance to finish it back then. That was 2011.
Right.
And so it started coming to me very heavy in my spirit, like, okay, now it's time. And I could not sleep each night until I finished writing that script. When
Wow.
I finally finished writing the script, that's when everything just started falling in place. You know, the venue that I needed, that fell in place. You know, the money that I needed to copyright and do all these other things, that fell into place. You know, so when I did the production, I didn't realize, but a lot of young men came to me and were like, "I loved it. Like
Mm.
I've experienced this before. I needed to see this. You know, this form of the way I did it. It was like I brought kind of like I don't know how to put it together, but like a power meets, you know, church kind of combining type situation. But you'd have to see it to know, because Deliver Our
Mm.
Mail is MALE. So Deliver Our Mail basically was about a young man that's from the streets, from the hood, or whatever you would like to consider it. And all he was familiar with was the streets, but he wanted out of the streets because he wanted
Mm.
his family back. He had a daughter, he had a wife, and they basically were separated from him because he was in and out of prison. And so he got to a place where he's like, you know what? I'm tired of the streets. I want to live right. I want God to bless me. I no longer want to be, you know, dealing with all of this craziness. But his family was the one that got him in. And they're like, hey, there's only one way out. Choose it, you know.
Mm.
And so it just shows the stumbling blocks and the hardships that he goes through, because he almost loses his home. He almost loses his car. You know, he almost loses everything because everything that he received was not blessed by God, you know. So
Right.
anyway, but I will be doing the production again in the near future, and I'll keep everybody posted
Awesome.
on
Awesome.
it.
Wow. That is so awesome. Like, yeah, because I seen that. I was like, Oh, she really does do playwrights. Like
Yep.
it's not that like you were just, writing them and then, nothing was, not that I'm saying like, no offense to anyone that does that, but it actually happened,
Right. It
you
happened.
know.
Had it at Porter Sanford, and the second venue was the Rialto, which is now owned by Georgia State University. But the Rialto was a pretty popular theater in Atlanta. That a lot of
Right,
people are familiar with it because it's right in the heart
right,
of Atlanta. So
right. Wow, that is so awesome.
thank you.
So we need to keep a lookout for
Yay.
that playwright, and yeah, and like I said, we need to talk too
Okay.
after that, because I do remember having a conversation about that before when we
Mm-hmm.
first met, and
Yes. Yep.
yeah, I
That's
got
right.
you. We here.
We-
Um, um, and yes, speaking of writing, you said your journal, the book.
mhm.
Tell us about that too. That's on Amazon. Because I was like, okay, she's doing all kinds of stuff. Like,
Right. Right. And I know
right.
some other people say, "Oh, she knows our cousin." Hey, I mean,
That's you got to do that though.
I can't help what God has given me. I
Right.
got to, I got to do. But
Exactly.
that book basically is a journal, because I know that's something I've done along the way, and a lot of people are like, "Ooh, how do you do it with all those kids?" And I have to have an outlet. My outlet
Mm-hmm.
is, some of the things that I do concerning music and my other things. However, at night, sometimes I need an outlet, and I'll just pull out a journal that I may have purchased from Walmart or purchased from wherever, and I'll write, and that's me expressing my feelings, getting
Right.
them out, because
Yeah.
of course, if we keep things in too long, it gets bottled up. And what they say, the example of a Coke bottle being shaken up. After a while,
Mm-hmm.
there's explosion, it has to go somewhere. So for me, sometimes I would take my journal out and then after a while, I'm like, hmm, you know. And a friend of mine, we were talking, and she's like, let's do this, let's get this out there. So I'm like, okay, cool. But anyway, so the journal, because it's something I've always done for years, in the beginning, it was a diary. When you're a kid, you have your diary. And
Right.
after a while, it just became journaling for me. And I realized that journaling was just as good as me having a counselor if I needed one. And
Right.
so I just decided to do one on my own to encourage others, because it came to me in a vision. And I kept saying, no prisons, no mental, no physical, no spiritual prisons. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I titled my journal, is no prisons, because it's like sometimes we always think about prisons as being like a physical thing. And I just feel like God has always had me in this place of, you know, being okay with getting down and getting what people would consider dirty, because, I didn't always grow up suburban.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
so some of the children in the neighborhoods, did not have opportunities that some of the suburban kids have. They didn't have the opportunities that some of the children that may have, if they consider privileged or however, that opportunity was not there for them. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it has to go out somewhere, and sometimes it turns into the negative, because it's like, hey, this is all I see. All I see is, cousin poo poo or whatever, selling drugs. So this is what I know as being great
Mm-hmm.
right now. So my thing is just, even with my production, even with my music, everything that God has given me, I just feel like it's for those, and it's for everybody, I feel like. But I feel like specifically those who have really been through, because I've experienced a lot of things in life. Those who've been through, I feel like, are the ones that God expects me to reach,
Mm-hmm.
and to reach out to,
Mm-hmm.
just to let them know that, hey, just because the only thing available to you right now is kicking a ball across the field, hey, I have a theater over here. I have acting over here. Let's try something new, because when I did my first production, and I'll let you ask the other question. When I did my first production, I literally did have children that came from the streets helping me. I had them
Wow.
to put on all black. And then one of the ladies, Melvina Clark, she helped me. She brought them in. She said, "Hey, can I bring some of the kids that I'm like, absolutely. This is 100% okay.
Wow.
And so some of the kids, we had them dressed in all black and allowed them to be like ambassadors, to where they would, the people would come in to be seated. I had them doing that. Some of them were operating curtains. Some of them were, moving furniture on and off stage to give them that experience. And some of them left from there saying, wow, I didn't know about this. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know I could do this. And some of them as from what she was explaining to me, went off to pursue singing, pursue acting, you know, different things to let them know that there's more to life than the streets, you know?
Right.
So.
Wow. That's so awesome. Like I said, like, see, that's what I was like, I'm not sure if I gave you enough credit to like, even just introducing you for like, cause no, honestly, because you're literally like an artist. Um, you know, you not only do you do music, you do the playwright, you made a journal. Like that's kind of, I mean, like, yeah, people write books and all that, but to actually just have that intention to think of like, okay, you know, what what do people really need?
Right.
Like instead of just reading, what is another way people can heal?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
um, what is another way people can express themselves as an artist, or um, how to just just get through stuff
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah. I
you
mean, 'cause just and my apologies for cutting you out, but I just
yeah,
want to
sure,
share this
sure.
part that in the journal I made sure that it has like little brief affirmations, like, you know, hello beautiful, or
Wow.
what's the other one I put in there? You know, today's a great day. You know,
Right,
you'll have a wonderful day today, or, you know, something like that. And then there's spaces where you can actually write in, you know, how your day was mentally,
right,
how was your day physically, how
right,
was your day spiritually, you know. And then there's other portions where you can write, hey, I had a good dream, bad dream, what was it about? You know, on the other side, you can just write down, you know, I had a good day because, I had a bad day because, you know. So it's a
wow.
little different than most journals where it's just lines where you can write down whatever you
Sure.
want. You know, that's
Right,
freedom to write what you want. But this
right,
one specifically goes into how are you feeling here today? You
right,
know, and you can go back and check on those dates and say, hey, you know what? 2 months ago, I was feeling like this, but look at me now, you know,
right.
and it's a reminder. It's like a
Ex-
reminder along the way. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Yep. And I see you guys. I see you, everyone. Oh, 13. Hey, he says, I'm here. Right.
That's right.
Exactly what it is.
Okay.
She is here. We are here.
That's
Uh,
right. Thank you.
Anointed
Thank you
business.
guys.
All anointed business says, I'll crown you. Charge Music, you're an amazing sis. Josh Schneider, good stuff. I love you guys. Yeah, I'm loving this. Someone says,
I
stop
love it.
taking your break somewhere else. Amen. Okay.
Y'all trying to make me water.
All right, great. And look, I just noticed these questions. Are you married? Look, after I said keep it up, which is, I mean, hey, it's appropriate, but
So
what's your
somebody asked if I was
intention?
married.
What is the intention behind it?
Oh,
Like they're asking, are you married? Are you single? Now they want to get all up in your business. Like,
I know.
hey, okay, show that ring, sis.
Yes,
Show
happily
the
married.
ring.
Okay,
Yes.
let me add that, you know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Show. Well, we love it. Thank you guys. Thank you
Thank
guys for
you.
tuning in.
Thank you.
Um, oh, and then someone just said, awesome, sis SoQi. Night DJ Severe.
Yeah,
Awesome
see that.
sis.
You know what? And I want to say something real quick. And please shout out to everybody.
Everyone that's
Everybody who's saying
in.
something. Shout out to all of y'all, because all of us, most of the people that you named, I'm familiar with, and everybody's on their grind. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking time
Yes,
out of your busy schedule to sit in with us. You know what I mean?
for
But
sure.
especially to the DJs, thank you so much. I want to name everybody, but I don't want to leave nobody out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want to give a shout out to all the DJs. DJ Severe, thank you so much. DJ
Oh,
DJ Network, thank you so much. Like, all the DJs are amazing, because if it were not for them,
great.
then I don't know if the music would be spinning like it's supposed to. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because without the DJs, I'm telling you, like, they're the ones that keep it lit at the parties. You
Right, right,
know, it takes them keeping everybody on the dance floor. It takes them and the radio stations to spin the, you know. So I
right,
just want to give a big shout out to all the DJs. Thank you so much. And I didn't leave anybody out on purpose. It's just
right.
I can't think of everybody all at one time, but
For sure. I mean, you got you hit
you
it
can
like
preach.
the number one hit. Yes, yes. Someone said Melt 23 Melt, she giving out an award show speech. I love it. Right, already. This
That's
is the
right.
premiere.
Thank you. I
This
received it.
it all starts right here. Like, don't forget Swoosh was
Oh yeah,
the
no,
the
no.
platform, because when you get
Yes.
up there,
Oh,
you're like, you know
definite shout
what?
out to you. Definite.
We I remembered this moment. I was giving the same speech on Swoosh. Like, yes, we see you, sis.
Yes, I guess I better practice. Okay. I would like to give
Right.
honor
Like to
to
thank
God,
you.
and I'd like to give honor. No, just kidding. Let me stop. Let me stop playing.
No, keep going. Gas her up, y'all. Gas her up. It's well deserved. We love it. Yes.
I
We
got my
love it.
cheeks hurt now. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Okay.
Right. We love it. We love it.
Absolutely.
So what are you up to next? What do you, because I know you said you're gonna be working on the play, like that production to be coming out. But is there any more? I know your single just came out, but is there any other projects, any other plans that you
I have some stuff right now.
in the making?
It's a little on the hush side,
On the hush.
but I'm definitely working on some things. Sometimes when it comes to me, I'm just like, wow, I'm like, thank you, God, because I didn't know what to do next. But
Right,
no,
right.
definitely there's some things in the works. I actually, I don't have any dates or anything as of yet to give out.
Okay.
So it's being worked on behind the scenes, but I was thinking, I'm collaborating on, album release parties. However, like I said, that's all that other stuff, it's just gonna have to be surprises.
Okay. We see you, we feel it. Like Anointed Business said, do not kiss and tell.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's right.
That part. We get that. Do not kiss and tell. We love it. Thank you so much, SoQi, for
Thank
just
you.
your time. And like I said, you've done so much, and we could tell your heart, you really do it genuinely from the heart, just not as a woman or as a mom or sister or daughter, but just as an individual. You're doing it exactly how you're supposed to be doing it, for healing and just touching other people's lives, and just it's such an inspiration.
Thank you.
So I'm super excited. Congratulations again on your single, and just man, Free to Be Me, y'all. How can they keep up with you? Because that song right there, and I'm here, how can they keep up with you?
Well, Free to Be Me, and I'm Here is on all digital platforms.
Right.
So if you're a viewer or what do they call them? I keep thinking client, excuse me. Anyway, if you're a listener of, Apple Music or Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, you will find my songs there. But you can also find it on YouTube. Sometimes it's much easier just to go to YouTube, pull it up, but look for all of my music on SoQi Music. So it's SOQI, what you see here. I don't know if you see my name somewhere on here.
Right.
But it's SOQI Music. So everything is SoQi Music, whether it's Facebook, SoQi Music, TikTok, SoQi Music, YouTube, SoQi Music. So everything you can find it. I wanted to make it easy for people to find it, so you don't have to look for this name, that name, this name, that name. So SoQi Music across all platforms, and you will find it. You can even Google me, SoQi Music, SOQI Music, and it'll tell you where to find all of my songs.
Come on now, I haven't heard that in a minute. Google me.
That's right. Google me.
What's up? Right. Can't tell me nothing. Google me and find that out. Just like that. I love it.
I like to have fun.
Before we end, I want to play a little game with you.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. So this is the part of the show. This is the fun part.
Okay.
So for swoosh, we have our swoosh words. We
Okay.
have a we have a swooshinary. Can you get an idea of what swooshinary is?
I'm assuming it's words that I have to. Y'all help me out. Tell me something. I need a life. Um,
So,
um,
so it's
is it like
something
Pictionary?
close. Ooh,
Okay, or
you're
words
close.
that I have to figure out what they
Yes,
mean.
yes.
Okay.
Basically, a swoosh dictionary.
Okay. That's what I thought.
You
Okay, that's what I was trying to
you
get. I
got
was
it.
there. I
Just
was
you
close.
was there. You was there. You said Pictionary, which is close enough, but
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Dictionary.
Right. So basically, we have our swooshinary, where we have our swoosh words,
Okay.
swoosh dictionary, and we usually like to. So we take the word swoosh.
Okay.
Okay. Um, it's like school. How do we say it? It's like you take the pre. Is it the suffix?
Prefix. Before.
Prefix. Yes.
Okay.
Swoosh is the prefix.
Okay.
And then we use another word like to add on.
Okay.
Like we take off the original prefix from the other word and add it on to swoosh.
Okay.
And you just have to, and we try to use that word that like to show like whatever is going on with that person, or to just even just to describe what this person is doing or who they are, or just in one word.
Okay. Okay.
You know, so
I think I'm getting it. Let me put my thinking hat on. Hold on. Let me move my crown back just a little bit.
get your
Put my
thinking hat on. I've been using a few words. I didn't exactly use a swoosh word in a sense,
Okay.
but I did. Okay, let's just see if we could get this one. Okay, so the word is SWOOCH-Nominal.
Okay. Phenomenal.
That was fast. Oh my God. Ding, ding, ding. What did I tell y'all? Literally, she is a genius. You did. I didn't have to.
Did y'all get that?
That was the fastest answer. Like, it's exactly what it is. Phenomenal. You are swoosh phenomenal. Like, gosh. Like, literally, now I just need your face next to that word, because I'm like, how did you, like, it usually takes some people some time on some different stuff, but I was like, wow, that was good. That was, y'all give it up. SWOOCH-Nominal. After SoQi.
Gotta get the applause button.
Yeah, I know. I need to work on that. Get a little sound. Right. Wow, that was good. Yay, she got it. She's SWOOCH-Nominal. Congratulations.
That's my baby now. I know it's a business.
Right. That's okay. Oh, you know, is that your husband? I mean, okay. He's been repping it throughout the whole show. I've seen it. He said, I'm truly blessed.
Thank you, babe. And
so
he's on the project
sweet.
right now. Thank you, babe. I love you.
Sweet. Oh, he's on it. He is. I'm truly blessed to be married to this beautiful woman.
Oh,
so sweet.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job, hubby. You're on it. You're doing your. Yep.
Babe, you're ruining my swag. Hold on. I'm just kidding.
Swag. I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much, SoQi. Oh, and one more thing.
Okay.
One more question. What is a message you want to share with the youth?
Ooh.
You know, we're geared towards the youth. I mean, mainly towards everyone, but what is something you want to share? Like
just
a message.
It is so imperative that you put your mind to anything that you want to do in life. Do not allow anyone to tell you who you are not.
Right.
Regardless of where you're from, what school you've gone to, what school you go to, you can do anything you put your mind to. As long as it's lined up in the positive, yes. You can do anything that you set your mind to. I mean, if God has me doing this and I have a big family and at my age or whatever, you can do it. It
Yeah.
can be done. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. You can put your mind to anything. If I was at 9 years old creating my first song, you can do it.
I'm saying, this was like 9. Your first song. Who does that? Like, then you were by yourself?
I
Like,
was by myself. My
no
dad came
one
home
was
and was
like,
like, who's been bothering my equipment? And I'm like,
that you just made a hit. Like, not like it was messed up. Like, you actually made that's phenomenal. Swoosh-Nominal.
that was
So,
phenomenal. Yes, I'm feeling that.
Swoosh-Nominal. That's exactly what it is. Thank you so, so much, sis. I
Thank
love you
you.
so much. You
Thank
are
you.
just an awesome
Likewise.
woman of God. I love your spirit. You're truly, it's a healing process for someone. For me, personally, whoever else is watching, like, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Once
you.
again, you guys, make sure you follow SoQi now.
Yes.
SoQi Music, YouTube, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. What else am I missing? iHeartRadio. Get her book.
That's
Amazon. Y'all look out for Miss SoQi because she's it.
Thank you.
What else can you say?
Thank you.
Swoosh-Nominal.
Phenomenal. That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you once again, you guys. Thank you so much, SoQi. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I love you guys. Thank you for all the
Thank you. Love you
support and
guys
all the
too.
comments. Yes, y'all are Swoosh-Nominal too. Y'all are
Yes.
Swoosh-tastic.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all. see, y'all gotta keep
Swoosh-tabulous. How about that one?
Ooh. Yes, ma'am. See, I don't have to. You already know. You already know the. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
See you.
Signing out with Miss SoQi Music. Swooshes.
That's right.
All right.